Good morning friends, welcome back to my channel New Horizon with Einstein, and today is 6th of August 2017 and we are going to discuss about the daily PIB analysis which is especially for UPSC, SSC, Bank PO, all state PSC as well as all government exams for 2017 as well as 18, presented by Vishwesh Kumar Yadav. I am from electrical and electronics background. So let us move on the news. So, formulary containing monographs of quality standard of Ayush drug are being published by the government. That is the statement of Sri Sripad Naik. So, Ayurvedic, Siddha, Unani, and homeopathic drug are regulated in accordance with the exclusive provision for them in the Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and rules thereunder. So, these drugs have to adhere to such standard and quality control parameters as given in the authoritative books Pharmacopoeias and Formulary of Ayurvedic, Siddha, Unani, homeopathic system, which are different from the prescribed for allopathic medicine. So let's move on the next. So let us talk about the Ayush. So the Department of Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy, that is the full form of Ayush, abbreviated as the Ayush, is a governmental body in India proposed with developing education and research in Ayurveda and Yoga. So formed on 9th of November 2014, its jurisdiction in India, headquartered in Ayush Bhavan B Block GPO complex in New Delhi. So Minister of State Independent Charge, that is Sripad Yashu Naik. So let's move on the next news. 34 palm leaf manuscripts converted into printed books by CCRAS, that is a statement of Ayush Minister. So comment below section about Ayush Minister. So under the literary research program conducted by Central Council for Research and in Ayurvedic Sciences, that is the full form of CCRAS, an autonomous organization under the Ministry of Ayush, the ancient manuscripts including palm leaves are collected and digitized from time to time. A total of 3,568 manuscripts have been collected. Out of these, 92 are palm leaf manuscripts. So 34 manuscripts have been further converted into printed book and 4 Ayurvedic works have been converted to e-book form. So let us talk about CCRAS. This Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences, CCRAS, is an autonomous body of Ministry of Ayush, that is Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy, that is the Government of India. It is an apex body in India for the formulation, coordination, development and promotion of research on scientific lines in Ayurveda, Sova Rigpa system of the medicine. So let's move on the next news. So ISRO and CSIR NPL signed Memorandum of Understanding for Time and Frequency Traceability Services. So a Memorandum of Understanding was signed between the ISRO Telemetry Tracking and Command Network, that is IS-TRAC, Indian Space Organization, that is ISRO, Department of Space and Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, National Physical Laboratory, that is the form of NPL, Ministry of Sciences and Technology in New Delhi. So ISRO and CSI NPL signed a memorandum of understanding for frequency traceability. So let us talk about the ISRO. So the Indian Space Research Organization is the space agency of the Government of India, headquartered in the city of Bengaluru. So its headquarters in Bengaluru. You have to remember about that. Founder is Bikram Sarabhai. Founded on 15th of August 1969. The motto of ISRO, that is Manav Jati ki Seva mein Antariksh Praudyogi, that is space technology in the service of humankind. Budget is about 19.94 billion and director, that is A.S. Kiran Kumar. You have to remember about that. That is A.S. Kiran Kumar is the director of ISRO. So let's move on about the CSIR. The Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, known for its cutting-edge research and development knowledge base in diverse S&T areas, is contemporary research and development organization. Having pan-India presence, CSIR has dynamic network of 38 national laboratories, 39 outreach center, 3 innovation complexes and 5 units. CSIR's R&D expertise and experience is embodied in about 4,600 active scientists, supported by about 8,000 scientific and technical personnel. So let's move on the next news. Kharif crop sowing crosses 878 lakh hectare area. So you have to know about the what is the net sowing area and what is the Kharif. crop. So total sown area as on 4th of August 2017, as per reports received from states, stand at 878.23 lakh hectares as compared to 855.85 lakh hectares at this time last year. It is reported that the rice has been sown transplanted in 280.03 lakh hectare, pulses in 121.28 lakh hectare, coarse cereals in 156.95 lakh hectare, sugarcane in 49.71 lakh hectare, and cotton in 114.34 lakh hectare. So you have to remember about that. So let's move on the next news. So Pradhan Mantri Bharati Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana Kendra functional across the country. That is the statement of Sri Mansukh L. Mandavi. So Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways, Shipping and Chemicals and Fertilizers, Sri Mansukh L. Mandaviya, in written reply to a question in Rajya Sabha today, informed that the total of 2091 Pradhan Mantri Bharati Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana Kendra are functional across the country as on 31st of July 2017. So let's move on the next news. So misleading advertisement in electronic media. The Department of Consumer Affairs has launched an online portal called Grievances Against Misleading Advertisement, that is GAMA, since March 2015 for the consumers to file complaint online against misleading advertisement appearing in newspaper, hoarding, handbills, wall written, as well as advertisement in the electronic media such as TV channel, radio channel, as well as internet sites. So let's move on the next news. Sale of the products after introduction of GST. So on account of implementation of GST, there may be instances where the retail sale price printed on the pre-packaged commodity is required to be changed. So you have to remember about that. The department has therefore issued an order according to which manufacturers, packers, importers of pre-packaged commodity are to declare the revised retail sale price MRP by way of stamping or putting a sticker on or online printing, as the case may be, on the unsold stock. So let's move on the next news. So memorandum of understanding with Hall. So government of India has signed a memorandum of understanding with Hindustan Aeronautic Limited, that is Hall, on 11th of July 2017. So memorandum of understanding outlines target on various performance parameter of the company during the year 2017 as well as 18. The revenue from operation has been targeted at rupees of 17,900 crores, the highest ever. So a specific emphasis has been laid on capacity building, modernization, solar power plant, and aiming to achieve capital expenditure of rupees 1300 crore. So the thrust and make in India is ensured by inclusion of a specific milestone for projects such as Light Combat Helicopter (LCH), Jaguar Drain 3 upgrade, Mirage 2000 upgrade, and civil version of Dornier aircraft. So you have to remember about Mirage 2000 as well as Light Combat Helicopter aircraft and Dornier aircraft. So let's move on the next news. So procurement, procurement of defense equipment is undertaken from various domestic as well as foreign vendors based on threat perception, operational challenges, and technological challenges, and to keep the armed forces in a state of readiness to meet the entire spectrum of security challenges. So indigenization of defense equipment. During the last 3 years and in current years, 99 contracts with Indian vendors and 61 contracts with foreign vendors have been signed for capital procurement of defense equipment such as aircraft, helicopter, rockets, missiles, artillery guns, frigates, simulators, and ammunition. So you have to comment about the frigate. What is the difference between frigate and simulators? So let's move on the next news. So performance of non-banking financial companies. So Reserve Bank of India has informed that as March of 2017, there were 11,517 non-banking financial companies (NBFC) registered with them, of which 179 are deposit accepting NBFC, that is full short form in short form NBFC-D, and 220 are systematically important non-deposit accepting, that is in short form NBFC-NDSI. So all NBFC-D and all NBFC-NDSI, including state-run NBFCs, are subjected to prudential regulations such as capital adequacy requirement and provisioning norms along with reporting requirements. So let's move on the next news. Constitution of sectoral groups on GST. The Goods and Service Tax Council in its 14th meeting held on 18th and 19th May 2017 approved the constitution of 18th sectoral group to ensure a smooth rollout of GST. So it is old news, but The council has received report from 16 out of the 18 sectoral group. The GST law committee, comprising of officers of the central and state government, have drafted guidance notes based on these reports for some of the sectors. So let's move on the next news. Government revised the base year of All India Wholesale Price Index, that is WPI, from 2004-5 to 2011-12. The government has revised the base year of All India Wholesale Price Index, that is WPI, from 2004-5 to 2011-12. You have to remember about that. So base year is, now the base year is 2011-12 from 2004 to 5. The revision of base year of the macroeconomic indicator is a regular exercise to capture structural changes in the economy and to improve the quality, coverage, and representativeness of the indices. So the base year revision of the WPI has aligned this series with the base year of the other microeconomic indicators such as gross domestic product, that is GDP, and index of industrial production, that is IIP. The new series of WPI has following salient features and improvement over the old series. So the revised basket of WPI and its weighting structure conform to a structure of economy of in 2011-12. Second one is number of item in basket has increased from 676 to 697, and the number of price quotation has increased from 5482 to 8331. So new series of WPI does not include indirect taxes. You have to remember about that. This is in conjunction with international practices and will make the new WPI conceptually closer to producer price index. So you have to comment about the what is about the producer price index. A new food index is compiled to capture the inflation in food items. So seasonality of fruits and vegetables has been updated to account for more months as they are now available for longer duration. So let's move on the next news. 39 debt recovery tribunal functioning in the country. 6 new DRT started functioning in the financial year 2016 to 17. At the present, 39 debt recovery tribunal are functioning in the country. So you have to comment about the debt recovery tribunal. What is the debt recovery tribunal and under which ministry it comes? So government has decided to open 6 new DRT at Ernakulam, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Dehradun and Chandigarh, as well as Siliguri in West Bengal. All these DRT have already been established and started functioning in financial year 2016 and 17. This was stated by Sri Santosh Kumar Gangwar, Minister of State for Finance, in written reply to a question in Lok Sabha today. So let's move on the next news. The Finance Minister Sri Arun Jaitley announces a new exchange traded fund (ETF) by the name of Bharat 2022. So let us discuss about the what is ETF and what is its significance. So the Union Finance Minister Sri Arun Jaitley announces here today a new exchange traded fund, that is ETF, by the name Bharat 22. Bharat 22 consists of 22 stocks of CPSE, PSV and a strategic holding of SWTI. So compared to energy heavy CPSE ETF, Bharat 22 is a well diversified portfolio with 6 sectors, that is basic material, energy, finance, FMCG, industrial and utilities. So the Bharat 2020 index will be rebalanced annually, and the ICICI Prudential AMC will be the ETF manager, and Asia Index Private Limited, that is JB, Bombay Stock Exchange and S&P Global will be the index provider. So you have to remember about that, the who is the manager and who is the index provider. So ICICI Prudential AMC will be the ETF manager and Asia Index Private Limited will be the index provider. So let's move on the next news. India signs loan agreement with ASEAN Infrastructure Investment Bank, that is AIIB, for financing of 329 million for Gujarat Rural Road Project. The loan and project agreement for ASEAN Infrastructure Investment Bank, that is AIIB, lending of $329 million for Gujarat Rural Road Project have been signed between the Government of India, Government of Gujarat and AIIB today, that is 4th of August 2017 at New Delhi. So let's move on the next news. PM's video message for the second edition of Shambad Global Initiative on Conflict Avoidance and Environment Consciousness. The second edition of Shambad. So you have to remember about the Shambad. It is the second edition. So the second edition of Shambad Global Initiative on Conflict Avoidance and Environmental Consciousness is being organized in Yangon today and tomorrow. So The Vivekanand Kendra had in September 2015 hosted the first edition of this unique conference representing various religions and tradition in New Delhi, which had been addressed by Prime Minister. So you have to remember about the first edition of this unique conference, that is Vivekanand Kendra had organized in September 2015. So, in a video message to second edition of Shambad, the Prime Minister said that societies across the world are facing several questions today. So, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Please post your queries in comment section below. Thank you so much. Bye bye.